It is time for another D&D game, and this time it is, well, we're actually going back in time a little bit. If you listen to A Visit to Ollie's, this happens before that. So we get some good old goofs before some lore was dropped. So any lore that you know of from those previous games, yeah, just let's just toss that out the window for a little bit. It's fine.
Just hide behind the curtain. It's fine. It's
Oh
fine.
no, it's fine. I'm shuffling it under the carpet. We're not going to talk about it. We do not talk about the lore, not right now. We are here for toony goofs, and that is exactly what it is. I am your GM Ike, and with me, we'll go from top to bottom, introducing who you are and what your character is.
Am I the one
Starting with who's first? Okay.
Give me a moment.
It's like all of us like, wait, who goes first, actually?
Sorry. Hi, I'm Oogie. I play Vanir. Vanir the Scarecrow.
Adorable Vanir, I gently hold.
Alright, hello, I'm Talatala, and I am playing Space Nomad, who, let me just post, their photo real quick.
Hey, if you got refs, go ahead and share if you want. And for those in the server, by the way, you can actually post your references in character refs. That is a chat specifically for references. You can just toss them in.
No, where did I put it? Hold on. This might take a bit. Next person can go.
Hello, I am Tallestnull, and I will be playing Elsie Breese, the half-toon, half-air spirit storm sorcerer. She was probably sent here by her college professor because she's been sleeping in class. Don't know why the old bird sent her here, but we'll figure it out.
Goodness, golly gosh. And then just leave me. Hello, I am Whis, and I am playing the grumpy old man, Malt Thaddach.
Wow. Look at that title of that game. This game is called Many Men Amongst Malt, so that's going to be interesting.
It might have something to do with Malt.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I mean, who knows? You're just in the title card.
Yeah.
Plot twist, Whis isn't in the game. None of this is real.
It's probably nothing.
Look, never underestimate the power of chaos.
Yeah. So this is Many Men Amongst Malt. Our story begins back at Ollie's house, starting with Vanir. Vanir, it's probably been like a couple of weeks since you've actually last seen Ollie. And obviously, it's been enough time to be like, okay, this is getting concerning. We need to figure out what is going on. Where is he? Why?
Yeah.
Because he was helping. Well, rather, you and Thad were both helping him build the treehouse for EGAD, his little project thing that he's doing. And you got to help out, find some good stuff, and build for the first time. At least as far as you know. And of course, next thing you know, Ollie's been gone for weeks on end, and you haven't got a clue as to where he is. But you have this nagging suspicion that you should probably go out and find him.
Yeah, so Vanir starts heading out of the front door, probably. It's like, okay, the last time I saw the old man, he's over by the treehouse. He was over by the treehouse. Maybe he's still there, or he left some clues or something. So Vanir opens up the front door to go.
And not to just take over characters for a hot second, but I will say that if you want to show up right now, you absolutely can.
I think it'd be funnier if Thad was the last person to show up.
Oh my god.
Given the environmental effects his presence has on this particular part of Vanquil.
Okay.
I don't know
it's
what's
a sunny
gonna
day
happen,
right now, so yeah.
so I'm concerned.
So as you are walking on over, Vanir, you make this little. You walk down the trail that you and Ollie kind of work together on to get to this treehouse. There's a
Yeah.
little bridge, and you name it. It's actually quite a peaceful walk over, and he even has like some lanterns out, so then you can actually see where you're going. If you had to go in the evening, which you guys didn't really have to, at least not much anyway. There's maybe like one time you worked a bit later than normal. But any which way, you are wandering up. In the meantime, Elsie and I'm taking the Space Nomad as well, presuming that we did talk about how you wanted to crash into the treehouse, which is not going to happen, but we
Near
could put
it.
it by the treehouse. With toony comedic timing, you could say that all three of you have ended up at the treehouse at the exact same time. You hear this big rumble of does Space Nomad have like a spaceship, like your typical UFO ship? What kind of ship is
No,
it?
they're just falling.
Oh, they just fall as themselves.
Yeah, they entered the atmosphere like a bit ago.
You just see a person from space fall and crash
What?
into the
Wait,
ground
don't
outside of
think
the treehouse.
did the weather say we're gonna have meteor showers tonight? Oh god!
Sorry about the lawn. There's no crater.
Vanir kind of runs up in a concerned manner, and seeing that the unknown person is okay, Vanir goes, it's no problem. But you can probably make that into a pawn or something.
Just a human-shaped pond. humanoid shaped pond.
This
Very
is my
Roger
hole.
Rabbit.
This was meant for me. No, it was made by me.
At the sound of someone else's voice, the person's hand twitches and reaches up and pulls himself up. Well, not out of the hole yet, pulls himself up into a standing position, and they hold an arm up and just go, "Worry not, I am okay."
God.
There's a big old crack across the glass of their helmet. Hello,
Sure you-
I am Space Nomad. Who might you be?
What
They
the?
are now holding a hand out to you, Vinia.
I'm Vanir. Nice to meet you. What caused
Pleasure to meet you as well. I have floated across hundreds of thousands of thousands of thousands of thousands of thousands of space miles to reach this humble little planet.
What's the difference between space miles and normal miles? Yeah,
I
Elsie's just
don't
like in the
know.
background.
Oh my god. I should probably ask, where is Thad during all this?
He's just far enough away, but he's on his way. And
Is he deciding to like find like a car or something to drive in? Because I cannot remember if we ever decided if he can drive or not. We know Ollie can, and Ollie has his own vehicle. But...
Oh no, Thad can definitely drive. He can absolutely drive.
Okay.
So
you're just driving on the way. You're kind of like miffed because it's like, okay, where's he been? I haven't heard from him literally in weeks. Usually he'll write to me or like we'll chat once in a while. We'll visit each other, and yet every single time he hasn't been around. What's going on?
Yeah. And like he's probably going, okay, well I've got to drop by anyway. I've got some stuff for the treehouse. Okay, I'll figure this out. So he's just his little jeep. He has an adventure jeep.
Oh my god, they both have adventure jeeps.
Why am I picturing a smaller than normal sized Jeep? It's just like a Volkswagen bug sized Jeep.
Yes, and Ollie has the normal sized one, so the Sorta Toon has the normal sized Jeep, and the 6 foot something Toon has the mini Jeep.
He's like Mr. Incredible in the tiny car.
Yes.
He barely fit in it.
One of these days he'll convince Ollie to swap cars with him.
Uh, And
Yeah.
Vanir just lets this astronaut shake her hand in a rupee fashion.
A very vigorous shake.
She's not fighting it, which is funny because how big Vanir's hand is. They're just grabbing her finger and shaking that mainly up and down. So you hadn't. It was kind of a case you just happened to land here. You could have landed anywhere else, sort of ordeal, huh? Unless there's a specific reason you landed in a jungle next to a treehouse being built.
Don't know what you are talking about, friend.
Okay.
I do not control the trajectory at which I fall.
I mean, I've had those kind of crashes before. Yeah, that makes sense.
Vanir looks over to the other, to fucking, names, to
Elsie.
and goes, I don't think we met. Vanir. She extends her other hand, so her hands do a crisscross sort of a deal.
God, I love that.
Whoa. Whoa. Very large hands. She'll shake a digit. It's like, Elsie Breeze, I was sent with a letter. It just holds out, and it just has a what's the word for personalized stationery?
Oh, heck no.
Yeah?
I would have just said personalized stationery,
seal?
to be honest.
I'm like, I know there's another word for it, but you know.
Yeah, it has like a letter and like embossed on it. There we are, embossed. Embossed on it looks like some kind of owl.
Oh my god.
It's like, yeah, I was sent with a letter to find someone called Oliver.
Oh, yeah. I've been staying at his house for a bit. I'm actually looking for him right now, and in hopes to actually find him.
Well, I mean, I got nothing better to do.
There is a man missing? Oh, this sounds like a problem. I am also going to help.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Thad, exactly when do you show up? How fast are you driving?
Oh, he's driving at a normal pace, but I was just about to say, I think it probably about now is when I pull out my soundboard, because what happens is...
That wasn't me, I swear.
It is raining very hard.
Oh no, my hair. Elsie's hair is literally a cloud. When it gets wet, it gets larger.
Vanir is just, she's a scarecrow, so you just see,
it. Oh no.
see her just hat droop down, just soaking wet, and just like, okay.
And Vanya's probably been staying at Ollie's place long enough that she's met Thad, so
Oh yeah.
she would
you guys
know
got
what this
to work together
means.
on the treehouse for a bit.
Yeah. So it's like it starts
You're like,
thunder
oh, no,
and
not
rain,
yet.
you're like, okay, he's here too.
Yeah, I'm under the nearest canopy.
This planet has fascinating weather patterns.
What is
You can just hide underneath a tree.
what is Thad's properties with weather? That I don't know. Don't know too well.
Anytime he visits this area, specifically like Ollie and everything, it rains. It just always rains. And
okay.
yet, if another friend of Ollie's, Witty, if he ever comes to visit, it is constantly the sunniest, happiest looking day it could possibly be.
Okay, so yeah, Vanir just goes, sun and rain. Okay.
And then there's just in the background the little brum 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 of a very small jeep. It's going through the small jeep-sized path towards the treehouse.
Yeah.
Vanir just watches and goes, oh, okay, so he's here as well. Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
And I'm gonna do him a dex once he pulls up. He's just gonna stop. Roll him a dex. Where are we rolling? We're rolling there. Doodly doodly doo.
Oh, rolls. First roll of the game. It's
Oh
a
no.
six.
So everybody gets to watch this man who is too tall for his jeep struggle to jam a umbrella out of a little tiny gap in the door in order to put it up so that he doesn't get completely wet. But that was a 6. So guess who got wet? Thad did.
Yeah, everybody's kind of wet now.
His umbrella got turned inside out or something.
Hagen just flies off.
Mm.
Like, nope, no umbrella for you.
It's like, dang it. Well, I tried. And he's just going to sort of get out, roll his shoulders a little bit, and then wander over to the only person he recognizes, which is Vanir, and give a small wave. Afternoon.
Vanir waves. Hello.
In the background, you just hear a very soft, "Hey, old man, are you Oliver?" Underneath a tree in the
my
background.
Vanir just like face palms, like, this is gonna be an interesting day.
And Thad's just going to sort of look over and then look back at Vanir. Like, what did I miss?
She has apparently got sent by her, like, a professor or something to see Ollie. This one randomly crashed down from the sky. Apparently,
There's a
bit
very
across space.
enthusiastic wave.
You missed terminal impact.
Thad's just going to stand at the edge of the hole, one hand on his chin, the other hand on his hip, and just sort of lean and look at the hole, and then look at the sky, and then look at the hole. Good effort.
Thank you. I will strive to do better next time. An astronaut always does their best.
I'll take your word for it, chap. Alright. You have a letter for Ollie. I don't suppose you know where he is. He hasn't written to me in ages. He's just sort of
No,
turns and
I
looks
don't.
at me.
I'm looking for him right now.
It's not
Now, I should probably ask.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he was just gonna go. It's not completely out of character for him to get distracted by a project or something, but this is a little excessive.
Yeah, I just know he was near. Last time I saw him, which was a few weeks ago, was over by the treehouse. Helping him with some stuff over there.
Now,
see.
I want to ask, what is everyone's passive perception?
14.
13.
8.
Perception 12.
Okay. So about half of you guys have only recognized that you actually do hear some construction noise coming from another part of the treehouse.
It's
You
hard to
barely
hear over the
see it
rain.
from your view. Oh yeah, with the rain included, it's gotten a lot more difficult to tell. But two of you can sort of tell that, okay, maybe Ollie's here.
The funny thing is the two people who know Ollie, I think.
Yeah.
Because you said it's a 14. I say it's
Mm,
it's a 13. So
the highest
I-
ones, yes.
Yeah.
We're just like, okay, this sounds familiar. Okay. Hmm.
I do not want a spam phone call. Go away. I'm busy. Yeah. So I think Thad's going to once the sound of rain has kind of just faded out of his zone of notice, he'll pick up the construction noise. Like, does sound like there's still activity happening at the treehouse. It's probably as good a start as any.
Yeah.
The treehouse we go. Space Nomad is off.
Thad's just looking at Space Nomad as they go off in, I assume, the correct direction.
I hope so. The treehouse nearby, right?
Hold on. Space Nomad, roll me a D2.
These. Okay.
You walk in
One.
the wrong direction.
Vanir grabs their arm and kind of goes wrong direction.
Thank you for your information, friend. They turn around.
Elsie is going to attempt something I don't think she's ever tried. She's going to cast the cantrip Gust and try to use it like continuously to give herself a bit of an air umbrella.
Oh, cool.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I would let that happen. Heck yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like she holds her hands like, okay, I know. How about this? Just straight into the air. Oh, hey, it works. So there's just this little windy bubble around Elsie as she gently walks out from the canopy that she's been hiding under.
Fair enough.
So you guys are like, okay, we need to investigate. We need to see what is going on here. At least two of you can hear it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you guys begin walking to like one of the other sides of the treehouse, and it's immediately known that the sound is obviously a lot louder now. And there's Ollie. That's also Ollie. Wasn't Ollie over there? That's another Ollie. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Oh, Vanir is just like horrified by
Got a
this.
whole copy machine.
There is more than one Ollie here. All of them look about the same. Given the rain conditions, some of them are in a raincoat, some of them are not.
Strange amount of tiny little men you have here.
Thad is currently doing prayer hands.
He's like, not again. No more.
Vanir has like what the fuck look on her face, and she looks up to Thad, going, "Do you have any idea what this is about?"
Well, no. I could make some guesses, but not specific. Oh, Ollie, what have you done now? But he's at least not a monkey.
I have an idea. Elsie is going to yell, Damn it, I'm trying to
Will the real Olivers please stand up?
There you go. You know the reference I'm trying to make.
How loudly are you saying this, by the way?
I don't have prestidigitation or thaumaturgy to enhance my voice, so it's just a normal amount of yelling.
It's just as shouting as much as you can, really. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, about as many different Ollies that are in the area, all of them look at you. And they look confused.
Got their attention. I pat Thad on the back. You're up, buddy. You know this person.
Thad's just gonna look at them and then look back at the swarm of Ollies and just be like, okay, well, as long as he's not a monkey, he can be reasoned with. Let's go and have a chat to him.
Monkeys, they're adorable.
And Thad's just gonna head over to the closest Ollie.
Okay. You see an Ollie that is holding a clipboard. He also has a little raincoat on.
Mm-hmm. And he's just going to give his normal hello Ollie wave. Oliver.
He perks up and he gives you like that normal little wave you always get. Just a small little one. And he kind of fumbles for a bit before finding a page to write on this clipboard. And begins writing, "Oh, hello, Thad. What brings you here?"
Well, hadn't heard from you for a while. Neither has
Vanir
she.
walks up. Vanir walks up and goes, "You've been missing from the house for 3 weeks."
Yeah, Thad just sort of jabs a thumb over at Vanir and says, neither has she. And, you've multiplied, Oliver.
Oh, I can tell that. I can tell. as you can see, I might have found something that could help benefit the workflow of our little project here. I figured to let you and Vanir take a little rest and not worry about it, I decided to take it on myself.
You
So to speak.
caused a lot more worry without mentioning about it. You've been gone without
Apologies.
any word for
I must have
3
been so
weeks.
into it.
At least let us know. Hey, I got things handled because of this. Or at least give us some, like, notification of how you're doing. Not just disappearing for 3 weeks and just...
He does write down, I'm deeply sorry, Vanir. I should have left you a note or something on my desk. That would have been handy. I was just so into this idea, and the artifact I found just seemed perfectly useful to this current moment. You can try finding the one that has that ring. It was a ring. From what I can recall, it was a ring called the Ring of Many Men.
Well, it did what it said on the tin, which is more than can be said for a lot of the things in your collection.
So, if Vanir looks at the Ollie that's currently standing, I'm guessing she won't see a ring on him or anything like that? Or what?
Oh, you can do perception if you really wanted, but to give it to you for this one at least. Yeah, no, he's not wearing any rings.
Okay, so just keep an eye out for an Ollie with a ring on it.
Fair enough. And he's just gonna sort of sigh and then look at Vanir like, you're still not used to him doing things like this, are you?
Been kind of slowly getting used to it, but not totally. It's kind of been awkward at times.
It gets easier.
Fair enough.
So, what is this place? As Elsie's just looking at the big treehouse in the middle of
During
the jungle.
you ask that, and another Ollie who is helping another Ollie pack around a wooden plank pauses, kind of like tries to keep the wood leaned on his shoulder, like as if you were holding a phone to your shoulder, and begins writing down in a little notepad and hands over the notepad to say, oh, this is for a little project that I've been working on. It's called EGAD. It's a little adventuring group of sorts. I do plan to open it up so other Toonkind can join and explore the world and Inkwell as a whole. For now, though, I'm just building this so then there's sort of a base of operations.
Ooh. I need to keep this place in mind. Well, well, I overheard the Ollie. You guys go by Ollie. I'm tasked with finding. I'm going to assume Ollie Prime to give him something from a friend, apparently.
Oh, which friend?
Professor Wilfred Scrannery. He's currently working at the Magic Academy in Happiest Place. My teacher fell asleep in his class, and now I'm here doing errands.
This is just a small from Thad.
Yeah, definitely Thad would be familiar with this one
Mm-hmm.
as well. And Ollie, at least this Ollie in particular, he's still holding that wood up like it's just a normal phone, wedged between his ear and his shoulder. The other one is just patiently waiting until he's ready to go. And he continues to write and goes, oh, yes, I recall of him. I would consider to hold on to it myself, but I also don't want to risk it damaging anything, so it might be for the best to find the original me.
Any ideas on possible location wise. If you know by any chance, I doubt it though, seeing how Vanir looks at the fucking crowd of Ollies. But
Vanir, when you ask that, this Ollie, he just gives a shrug, and the wood kind of pumbles up a tiny bit, and he realizes, oh, right, I need to hold on to this.
And Space Nomad like reach out and hold on to it themselves.
Okay. You seem to do like a little huff, like, oh, thank goodness. And continues
why are
to
you
write in
friends?
his little notepad.
Your plank is safe with me.
He writes on, thank you. But yes, I'm afraid I don't exactly recall where the original me is. He did say something about trying to get inside the treehouse itself to check on something, and then went somewhere else. I'm afraid I don't quite remember as of right now. I've been tasked to find some wood planks to get some flooring done.
Okay. That's fair enough. So
First place to start is inside, I suppose.
yeah,
Yeah,
looks like
yeah,
it's that case. So
yes.
Be good to get out of the rain.
It would be good.
please, thank you. I'm a soaking wet scarecrow. I'm made of cloth.
Everybody's soaked.
I love that no one went to the air umbrella. It's like, no, okay.
Well, I don't
I'm not
know.
gonna bring it up.
You probably
I
don't
thought this.
realize how it works.
But, yeah, and also, no, I thought it was gonna be small enough just to fit them. I didn't know
I
it
don't
was
know.
big enough to hold multiple people.
Who knows? This is Toon logic. We can flub sizes.
No, Elsie, you can just like take it and just stretch it with your fingers. You just stretch it like Play-Doh.
Unfortunately, I don't think it would fit over Space Nomad. They're like 7 foot something.
Oh my god.
They're taller than Thad! Oh, that's hilarious! Thad's not used to people being taller than him.
Oh, you know, every Ollie is like 5 feet, so there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Vanir's 4 foot!
Oh, Jesus.
What do I have Elsie at? I think she's she's a 5'7".
Okay, so she's definitely taller than Ollie, but definitely smaller than that.
Yeah, she's fairly average height.
So I take that you guys are gonna investigate the treehouse. Where are you guys gonna go? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna do it?
Front door. Front door.
I'm taking a chance here that Thad's leading the way.
Yep.
Like, I know this place like the back of my hand. I hecking built it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just follow the person who knows their way around.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Vanir's
I
following.
hope they're not working on the roof while it's raining. That rainstorm kind of came out of nowhere.
Well,
Very
yes and
abrupt,
no.
mind you. As you guys are wandering over to make it into the front door, you pause, however, because there are 2 Ollies in the way.
Thad's just gonna look at them both, one after the other. I'm like, Oliver, can we come in out of the rain, please?
Well, for one of them is working on the door. Specifically, stuff around the door, and even the door itself. The other Ollie, however, he's missing his glasses.
Oh no.
And you know how Ollie can be sometimes. If he cannot find his glasses, he kind of goes a little bit like Velma, where it's like, it's tough to find those glasses again. Look, he's got old man eyesight. What do you expect?
I don't know why, but I'm just picturing the Egbert gag where it's like his eyes are attached to the glasses.
Oh no, no, his eyes are on his body, not on his glasses.
Oh,
It's like he goes to wipe his glasses
my
clean, and you just see
goodness.
the eyes blinking on the glasses.
Maybe if he was a Yukian, maybe.
or
I don't
a
know. But
warn.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Nah, he's just a little Frankenelli tune. You see him trying to find these glasses. He doesn't know where they are. The other one is still hammering away at the door. Likely needs help from the other Ollie soon. At least that's the gist of it, from what you can assume, seeing all this go down.
Oh boy.
What are you guys gonna do?
I just know where that's gonna go over and help with the hammering.
Okay.
Vanier's
Yeah,
gonna
let me
do
help you,
a-
friend.
Vanier's gonna do a perception to see if she can spot the glasses.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's a
Nope,
7.
so far, you got no idea where these glasses could be. Oh, how did he drop his glasses? They're big things, too. Like, you know this old man well enough. Can't
See
be that
what
hard to
Thad
lose
can
your...
do.
Can't be that hard to find your glasses, can it?
Don't you certainly see something?
It's a 16.
Thad, you squint as you're watching this Ollie sort of like poke up his head to be like, oh, hello, and realizing that you guys are there. Still looking for the glasses, and you notice they are on his head.
Of course they are.
Yep. I saw that one coming a mile away.
Dad's just sort
And-
of shaking his head a little bit. Like he hasn't done anything about this knowledge just yet. He's just... Oh dear.
Have you checked the bathroom?
No. Vanier's
This
just
Ollie,
look.
he nods. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll pop on your head at pop into your head some point, or you left them.
Yeah, he kind of like scratches at the back of his head. He's pretty confused. He isn't sure where he left them.
No,
Thad's just
under
gonna...
the breath. I know you shouldn't be laughing, but it's very good.
Thad's just gonna go over and very gently take the glasses off his head, and then very gently put them on the bridge of his nose.
You kind of like see him do like that little reactive blink, like what?
Oh, I can see again.
And he takes a moment to try to fumble and get his notebook out. I believe this is a deep pun. Yeah, he pulls it out. He pulls out his little notebook and he writes down, "Oh, Dad, I didn't know you were here. Thank you." I was trying to find those pesky things for a couple hours now.
I'm gonna roll a deception, hold on. Okay, that's a 19. He manages to not facepalm, not laugh. He just sort of, he's just nods. Well,
I'm gonna ask myself for a wisdom save to compose myself.
Okay, go ahead.
She lives in happiest place, which is very toony, but you know, it's just like the classics are the classics.
Oh yeah, I know she wrote right.
Yeah, that's a 5. Mm-hmm. That's a 5.
Yeah, you just see the background. She's just laughing.
Ollie just seems kind of like happy that you guys are here. And he writes up, "Well, what are you guys here? I pretty didn't another version of me write something to one of you about what's
Yeah,
going on?"
we're looking for OG Ollie, original.
Oh. And you can see him ponder for a bit. Maybe stroke of the mustache. And he begins to write again. "Well, I don't recall where exactly that one is. I feel like one of the other Ollies might be able to help you, though. Surely one of them has to know. Everybody's been given different tasks, different jobs. Not to say that everybody follows through with them, but hey."
The last Ollie we talked to, who said something about him having to check something inside the building.
Oh, yes. I will have to mention that our little pulley system to get up to the top of the treehouse isn't quite functional yet. We had some minor adjustments to be made, so those are currently being worked on.
The stairs still work, don't they?
Of course they do.
Well, we've got legs.
I just have to look at Thad for a second. There, it's like, wait, what? I mean, I jump good. I'm on the track and field team, but like, how do stairs break?
Well, we are toons. You'd be surprised. Anyway, does the
fair.
door work? We would like to get in out of the rain.
Oh, yes, we should take a look at that, shouldn't we? And this Ollie, he goes to tap at the shoulder of the other Ollie. And this Ollie kind of looks at him like, oh. It's interesting, because the way that these Ollies kind of communicate with each other isn't even just by writing most of the time. It's more of just, like, charades. Like, toony, pantomime kind of charades. They express with their body, not so much with a voice, because none of them actually have a voice.
Mm.
So you can see them trying to point and basically explain in their own way that, hey, is the door ready? The other one gives them a thumbs up silently.
Fucking Vanir reads this shit in the sense of odd fucking, okay, I understand what they're saying. Fucking sign language.
You're figuring out the toon logic that this man has. Like, it's not proper toon sign language as far as he knows it, but it's enough that Ollie can understand himself pretty well.
Well, if anyone was going to.
I mean, yeah, like being able to understand yourself is sometimes a tough thing to do.
True.
But yeah, you guys, the other Ollie goes, okay, yeah, good to go. And the door opens up. Hey, Nomad, you've been working on this thing with this other Ollie, and it actually turned out pretty nice. Now, I don't know if you were any good with wood, but at least you can nail stuff down pretty well in places that other
I
Ollies
mean, yeah, they know construction stuff, though. Considering their occupation, I guess they mostly worked with metals.
Oh yeah, you're not used to not hearing the loud clang, but it's oddly nice. At least I presume, anyway.
Well, it's different, but it's nice.
Okay. So yeah, and the door is open.
Alright, great. Thad is just going straight in.
Vanir's following.
Now, Thad, are
In
you
we
taking
go.
time to look at the main floor, or are you just bolting up the stairs?
No, he's going to stop once he's in that front foyer, and he's going to reach into his hammer space for a towel. Let's see whether or not he gets a
Okay.
towel.
Let's see. Let's see
Yay!
what the present is. Yay!
Dice Passer is being nice to me today.
When Vanir gets inside, you see her kind of curling up her arms, like twisting her arms around to like stretch out and
Wringing the water out. Yeah.
just wringing the water out by just like wrapping her arms together in like this twisting out and just squeezing.
Yeah, I don't think Elsie looks wet. Her hair just looks a little too big for her head, so she just kind of has to grab the cloud and then wring it out a little until it slowly shrinks to the right size.
Oh
They
my
spend
gosh.
and diligently cleaning off their mud-caked shoes. They have manners, excuse you.
One point you do see Vanir go about to reach to their hat that's dripping, but she kind of stops and goes, "Oh yeah, that's right. People are around. Gonna deal with that later."
So as you guys are going about drying yourselves off, there is another Ollie who comes up with like that little mop bucket and the mop on wheels.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he just begins mopping up whatever you guys have strained out from the rain.
Vanir will try, like, drying most of herself. Just kind of, like, doing, like, she'll stop and go over to the little bucket thing and just...
Just kind of squeeze over.
Squeeze over the bucket so it doesn't make that much of a mess.
Ollie, he just kind of just lets you do your thing. He's got no problem with it. He's just mopping up whatever's left on the floor. And during that, another Ollie kind of pops up and gives you guys like an informative wave, like, hey, come over here for a second.
Thad is going to be giving an appraising look. Are you the alpha, Ollie?
I don't know, is he?
No, let's find out. What was your perception again? Oh,
We
man.
have now
Yeah.
3 nicknames for the one person we're looking for.
Vanir-
Who's many people?
Vanir's looking.
Oh my god.
Vanir
so good.
perceive.
Anybody else perceiving?
Sure.
I don't think
Nomad
Six
one?
Nomad would be able to. I don't think they even know what they're looking for.
Well, you must have overheard the Ollie earlier saying that there's something about a ring. That's all as he knows, but you're not sure what kind of ring.
It was written, though, right?
Yeah, it was written down.
Yeah,
I can't
we would
read.
have. One of us would have said it. We would have
Oh.
said it out loud.
Yeah,
Someone else
Yeah.
has said it likely.
we did say that, like, okay, we're looking for a ring then, sort of deal.
Yeah, I think I remember Vanir said it.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll,
Sure, why
you can.
not? It's not worth much.
The dice are like, no.
Is that a -2? I
Uh,
love that.
I don't know, is it?
I can't
I don't
see.
know. Can't quite see.
Oh dear.
So Vanir and Thad and Elsie, the 3 of you immediately spot that, okay, there are no rings on this guy. At least not as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
Nothing sparkles, but hey, he's still notifying us, so,
Thad's just gonna look over and be like, this is gonna give me a
What?
headache by the end of the day.
Fair enough. Vanir walks over to the Ollie that's backing him a little bit and is like, what's up?
So this Ollie begins writing down in his own little notepad and says, I noticed that you guys are all here, and while I do appreciate extra help, I've been trying to get some other of the Ollies to help me with a couple things in our little map office that we are currently figuring out and making sure that we have everything. Could you be kind to help us find those other Ollies? They've been slacking off a bit.
Wait. It's a,
Of course, everyone must contribute their fair share.
I mean, look, I think this person's doing a lot of people's fair share. I just don't understand how they're all you. They all have the same mindset as you. Okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about this.
Vanir just puts a hand on top of Liz and goes, let's hold it there. Let's not, like, persecute.
And they're all separate entities as far as I can tell. They don't have like a combined consciousness. There's not a it's not a hive mind of Ollies. They're all individuals. And
it is not.
that's annoying.
This is
Space Nomad does not have the ability to think about this. They are already going.
Where are you
okay.
going?
The question that I have
If
to ask,
the
and
Ollie
should we
did
ask him this-
indicate,
Sorry,
Because there's a lot of
I'm
places
just
you
chit
can
bumping.
go for finding a Ollie, but there's specific Ollies that you got to look out for. Ones that aren't
If-
doing their job.
If the Ollie they talked to didn't specify any specific direction, Space Nomad just picks one at random and starts walking.
Which direction might that be?
I don't know what the interior of the treehouse looks like.
Roll me a d4.
Okay. A 1.
Okay, so
Oh.
you start walking immediately to like the western side of this floor, which is like towards the stairs, but not really the stairs. It's like that funny wall that's like along the stairs before you actually go up. There's a lot of books. And there's a couple ollies going at it, but they're currently stacking books in. They're also beginning to like add some polish to like the railing of this little tree based looking staircase going upwards.
Wonderful job. Keep on at it, friends. And Space Nomad gives them a wave, and I guess if there's nowhere else, they just start going up the stairs.
How's everybody else doing?
Elsie's like thinking of some weird existential crises. Apparently, she's her
Vanir-
brain does not want to stop thinking about.
Vanir has a hand over her head and trying to shake her out of it. Like, quit thinking about it. Quit. Stop.
I can't.
The shakes violently. Stop!
You're gonna fucking have smoke coming out of your ears from thinking too much.
Blah.
It'd be a lot more convenient if they were a hive mind, but we've got to do this the hard way, don't we?
Yeah. If you can, if you possibly, she turns to the Ollie that requested us. Actually, we're looking for the original, Ollie. So as we're doing this, can you keep an eye out for the, the original Ollie, and let him know that we're walking around and looking for him.
He nods and goes, yes. And he writes down, I will make sure to keep my eyes peeled and to ensure that if I do find the real Ollie, I will notify that you are here and to go look for you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
And he begins to look back at some notes from a previous page and still looking around trying to find those other Ollies that seem to be slacking.
Vanir looks at Thad and just...
Well, he's not on this floor. So, a new place to go from here is up.
Okay, question about the treehouse. Is it like an open plan? Like, can we see the second floor from the bottom floor?
Not quite. You can sort of see it a tiny bit, but they are also working on that pulley system. So it looks like you can't necessarily look up there, at least when it's actually done. You can see it through cracks and such of the wood. But aside from that, yeah. Can't really see much from the bottom floor.
But
although, let's see, are you trying to look really far up? Or are you going to look at the stairs a little bit as you walk up?
Okay, I'm gonna say what Elsie's thinking. Can I jump that?
You're going to try jumping over the stairs?
She's gonna try to jump as far up as she can.
I mean, you can try.
All right. She's gonna cast jump on herself and fling herself as high as she can. So you just see she leans down, and then a little swirl of wind around her, and then she just.
That was an excellent noise.
I cannot remember. Does jump need to have any rolls or anything, or is it just automatic?
I believe it's just automatic.
Okay.
You touch a creature, so she'll touch herself. The creature jump distance is tripled, until the end. But I also have the Storm Sorcerer bit where I can either from the beginning, either before or after I cast a spell, I can move myself 10 feet in a direction.
Oh my god.
Okay, so if you're doing a high jump with no run up, then you can leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. So you got
Crap.
so you got 3 plus your strength modifier times 3 plus an extra 10 feet.
There we go. So let's see what you get.
Now is not the greatest time to say that Elsie's strength is a 9.
Well, we'll see how good you leap up these stairs.
She's an athlete, so she has like proficiency in this. But like, what would you want from this as a roll?
Well, you don't have to roll. So what's your strength modifier?
-1.
-1. Okay, so you got. So you can jump 2 feet. If you have a high jump with a 10-foot run up. So if it's a standing one, you can jump 1 foot up, and so then with the jump spell, you can jump 3 feet. With your storm thing, you can jump 13 feet.
This is awkward. Look, she has a really good dexterity. She's on the track and field team for a different reason.
I think we can save the jump for later, and we can color this as real funny, because I do have a particular idea. If you're willing to go that way.
I mean, that's fair.
So it would be Elsie doing exactly what you described, going up these stairs, but maybe you flung yourself a little too hard. You're used to using your dexterity a little too much, probably.
Yeah.
And you just go fling, and you smash yourself right into some books along the side of the wall. That is like near the top of the staircase.
Oh god, peripheral vision!
I assume the rest of you are simply walking up the stairs and not jumping up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Face Nomad leans down to help Elsie up. Careful there, friend. Blunt force trauma is no joke.
You're okay, kid.
I'm fine. Not the worst impact I've had. Or the worst impact I've seen today.
True.
She'll
We do
stand
have a
up.
crater outside.
Yeah.
I will say, as you guys are wandering up as well, presuming that Vanir is probably just like hanging back and getting up as well through the stairs, you might notice along the stairs that there's some like scratches. You don't recall the wood having like these weird scratches on them though.
Vanir the scratches as she's walking up the stairs. Anything interesting about these scratches?
From what you know, you don't remember them being on there. Like, you've wandered up these stairs a little bit before. You only barely got to see, like, the second floor and how that layout roughly looks. Very, very rough. Early on. It was just, like, as they finished making the floor and just, like, the basic needs of it. But from what you can tell, these scratches, they look like they probably belong to an animal.
Is there anyone possibly on the... what Ollie might have brought in? Vanir points at the scratch marks on the wall.
Thad's gonna go over and lean down and peer at it. Adjust his glasses. I guess a nature is cool.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah.
Lean over to Vanir. Is this Ollie a secret werewolf? Because we have a ton of them around here.
Not that I know of.
Oh, he's got plenty of curses, but I don't think that one. That was a 9.
Wait, what?
Oh gosh, yeah. A 9, that you squint, you know, like the old man squint, you're inspecting Yeah, you
Okay.
don't really recognize what kind of animal could have made this mark. You know it's an
Is this
animal
a-
for sure, though.
Is
But-
this a nature roll?
Yeah, I'd say nature.
Okay, I'm gonna do one with Vanir.
All right.
That's even more worse.
Yeah, and you're just like, yeah, no, I don't got a clue. It's a scratch, definitely belonging to some animal. Do I know what animal that is? No. There's a lot of animals in the jungle.
Can I
Yeah.
roll?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you feel like rolling, go right ahead.
Right,
We're all taking
nature.
turns.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you notice this scratch. People are looking at it. Obviously, you're.
My God!
I'm just gonna start backspacing.
This feels thematically
Everyone has been on this
appropriate.
planet for less than 30 minutes, and they are already very familiar with the local fauna.
Maybe you were doing some research just before you showed up, speed running it, so to speak. You know, in a toony montage fashion as you were on your way plummeting to the earth. Because you know that toons can do that. They're allowed.
They're not. I don't know. Their suit is like internet enabled. They just the second they were within range, they just got the full breadth of internet knowledge.
Download the
Well,
dossier.
actually,
Yeah.
you managed to read some stuff along the way down, or watch. Who
Yeah.
knows? Any which way, you got some knowledge. And from what you can understand, this scratch, it looks familiar to some of the stuff you were reading before. You were reading about what kind of monsters and things can show up on the story, on the Zotori, which is the planet that you are currently on. And from what you had read up, it could either belong to a wolf or a hellhound.
Please be a wolf. Please be a wolf.
Oh yeah, you might have dogs in here. Canines, more specifically, even more specifically, either a wolf or a hellhound. One of those is significantly worse, my friend.
Vanir just looks at the astronaut like, what?
You said something about curses?
Wolf or
Like,
hellhound?
wait, what?
See?
Thad has just got this look on his face. He's like, well, this might as well be happening.
Please. It's like you were talking about curses earlier. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. You haven't met him. The original. You've met all these. And he just sort of gestures at the mass of Ollies. But that's kind of what he does. Cursed objects, haunted things. That's his vibe. That's his thing.
That's certainly his vibe. Some of them are more goofy curses in the sense of things, or like weird objects.
Some
like
of them
the
are
note
delightful.
card.
Some of them make him have a coffee cup stuck in his hand for an extended period. Others, he just sort of pauses and grimaces. Not so much.
What?
It's like, why are you being so
Professor,
blasé
what
about
the hell?
this?
Professor, what the hell? She's just saying to herself. What kind of friends do you have?
Oh, did he not warn you?
No.
Delightful.
Shut the
He
door.
giggled. I think that's about it.
That'd be right.
That's about right. My God.
Who is this professor guy that sent? Yeah.
Well, he's my geography teacher in at the Magic Academy. I go to college there. It was an elective that I heard was very easy to pass, and I needed a couple more points. But I don't know why, but he's very hard to listen to and keep awake.
That's just gonna nod. He's got like he's doing that thumb and fourth finger on his chin, and he's just sort of smiling knowingly and nodding.
Dragging my own character through the mud.
It's more likely than you think.
Well, we better find this Ollie quickly. Seems they might be in danger. Space Nomad is continuing to walk up the stairs now.
Just hope not, because of the factor we had to deal with ghost issues a few weeks or a month back.
Oh yeah, you have like the idea that there's got to be something weirdly haunted going on, and specifically Ollie's library.
Oh yes, the library. I remember. I didn't get hit that hard that I forget that. But anyway. Hellhound or a wolf? Well,
Which is more likely? As I just look at Thad.
hard to say. One of those would be a lot more obvious than the other.
That's not reassuring.
Oh, by the way, apologies ahead of time. My brother just came in with some food, so I'm eating corn dogs at the moment.
Oh, you're
so...
valid.
Yes.
If we ever need to take a break, just let me know. I think we should be good for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just giving that heads up that I'm gonna have food. So during this,
Vanir now has corn dogs.
Sudden corn dogs.
How did you get those? I don't know.
A random Ollie just came up with them. Came up with like 2 corn dogs and gave me some.
Where'd you get those? Rule of funny.
Rule of funny. But yes.
Oh dear. Yeah, so Thad's very much that one of those is going to be a lot more obvious than the other, I suspect. So it may be wolves.
I believe at this point you guys have made it to the top of the next floor.
Yeah.
Looking around, there is a kitchenette on this floor, so that would be actually thematically appropriate for an Ollie to hand some food to Vanir. Like, oh, you must have been walking for a while. Here, have a little snack.
Thad now has a mug of coffee.
Yay!
Space Nomad takes a snack and just smushes it against their helmet. Thank you. It's very
Does it
nutritious, friend.
I just look, and it's just like my brain immediately goes to. We watch as the smush just gets absorbed into the glass, and now it's clean.
No,
like,
it's just there. It's just there.
Splat.
As someone who works in the food service industry, is that how you eat? I have to ask.
I don't know. I don't know.
Usually there's a mouth and a stomach involved.
We don't question tunes.
Well, they're not a tune. They're real kind.
They're real kind? That means more questioning. Fuck! I'm sorry, that just tossed things out the window.
Maybe for a while you kept thinking maybe this guy is just like CGI, but no. This person is indeed real kind.
If he's real kind, that makes things a lot more questioning.
It raises so many questions.
I mean, we at least have the spread of Toonkind Real Kind. Elsie's half.
And then yeah.
You got a spectrum, baby.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, well, we're up here in the kitchenette. I guess the next step is looking for Ollie Prime and
Yeah.
or evidence of puppers in the building. So I'm gonna roll a perception.
Oh yeah, definitely roll perception.
Oh, not a 44. Far out.
Oh,
I
Wow.
held down the 4 button
That's a-
too long.
Wow, you got 20/20 vision. No. Well, actually, the dice says yes because
Yeah.
it just says 22. So,
What are we rolling?
Perception.
perception.
Oh, perception.
wow.
Oh my
Wow.
We
Two
perceive.
22s.
rolls.
Nice.
Meh.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Ah, the college try the bare minimum.
So, you guys are looking around, and one of you notice that there is a couple there's a couple Ollies, not Thad. These are all Ollie.
There's
That's
a
a
couple of
concern.
Thads. Wait, what?
There's only one Thad. There is only
How did
one.
they clone
No, there is
you?
multiple Ollies.
Oh dear.
You see two Ollies, they are playing chess, and they are in the way of another area of this floor.
That might be the
Wait.
slackers from downstairs.
If they're the same person, wouldn't they know what play they're going to? I need to stop thinking. I need to stop thinking.
If it was a
They are
hive mind,
very-
it would be a lot harder.
These questions
I've
are
played
fun.
games against myself before. It's easier than you think. Or it's rather harder would be the word, right? I don't know.
I don't think I want to know.
Hmm.
Well, let's focus on the task at hand rather than the existential crisis. How about that? And Thad's just gonna stroll on over to the chessboard.
Okay. You kind of lean over, and these two Ollies are definitely in an intense game of chess. I would use proper chess terminology, but alas, I am not a chess player. So you see them playing around, trying to figure out, okay. If I move that piece there, no. Both of them are very much deep in thought.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence for Thad and see if he knows anything about chess.
Can I roll too?
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Alright,
have an impulse that I need to see if Elsie is going to go through. This is probably going to be another wisdom save because impulse control.
Yeah, that sounds good. And you rolled a 16. So you got a kind of like a basic understanding of it. Like, you wouldn't be the greatest at playing it, but you've definitely played through it before, probably a few times with Ollie too.
Mm.
And you know for a fact that Ollie's like, he's not the greatest player, but he definitely tries to at least look the part.
Yeah.
As for the Space Nomad, you got like rough understanding of how chess works. You're like,
Something
there's just
similar
not
where
yet-
they come from.
oh yeah, it's probably simple elsewhere, but here it's a whole different story. And I believe for Elsie that was a 16.
Yeah, she'll keep her impulses to herself.
Was the
Like-
impulse to go and start moving the pieces?
Yeah, it was to distract them and switch two pieces.
Oh, okay. Because Thad's just gonna go up and look at the board and be like, and then just grab a piece and move it there. Should you two be doing something
See-
else?
You see one Ollie go, what? And is like in shock. How could you do that? The other Ollie just looks highly impressed and just kind of gives you a smile, like, oh, hello, Thad.
He's just gonna smile down at them both. I believe there is another clone looking for the two of you. I assume you're supposed to be working downstairs.
Both of them kind of pause and they look at each other, and they kind of do like the little so hand, like,
You've gone to all the effort of this, and you're going to use it to slack off.
One Ollie
I
begins
mean-
writing. Well, we have been working pretty hard, so we figured we would have a little break time. There's plenty of us to go around.
I mean, I could do so much cramming if I had this many me's back at the campus.
Thad's just puts his face in his hand. It's like, really?
Well, you try studying for 4 different tests at the same week.
Been there, done that. Do you think I didn't go to college?
I don't know.
I am an old man. I've done a lot more than you.
Vanir just kind of jumps at that yell.
Look, I've met a lot of tunes. Some tunes are just born old.
True.
You are born old? Fascinating. I will need to ask more later.
Well,
Anyway.
welcome to Inkwell. It's a bit of a melting pot. Or a kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope feels better analogy.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Fascinating. And then Space Nomad, after that, they just sort of reach down, grab onto the edge of the table. It's a small table, right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a small table.
Okay, assuming neither of the Ollies are moving and that they got enough context clues from Thad's side of the conversation, they just say to the two of them, "Well, it was a pleasure talking to you two, and you best be getting back to work, I believe. The Ollie downstairs requested your presence."
Both of them kind of just they get out of their chairs and they just kind of pause and are just like,
I will flip this table if you don't.
Forward.
You see one eyebrow raised, like what?
Thad is laughing.
Oh, hello.
There's a bottle of Runch waiting on the table.
Oh my god.
If it helps, I can memorize the positions of your pieces for later. But right now, it is work time, I believe.
You guys are kind of needed in the map room, apparently.
Well, let's roll charisma for that. Let's see if you guys can convince these two to get back to work.
Okay, persuasion
Oh,
or...
Vanir sucks at charisma!
Wait, can I
better.
reason...
Yeah.
Can I reason intimidation?
I mean, you can do intimidation if you're intending intimidation. Either way, any charisma roll to contest against them and go, hey, you need to get back to work, and convince them.
They're not very convincing.
Yeah, you try, but
cheery
you
voice.
just seem to, yeah, the voice kind of takes the intimidation away. Yeah, they aren't not convinced yet.
I'm doing persuasion as well.
Thad is not going
Okay.
to.
So Elsie and Vanir, you both made it. So what are you two gonna do to convince these two to get back to work?
Look, here's an interesting idea for you two. If this place gets done and such like that, you could probably get a group of Ollies together and do like one of those live action chessboard games.
Kind of see one of them raise, like, okay, I can see where you're going with that. Just give like a positive nod.
It'd be interesting.
Look at it like this. Once more of your Ollies finish up with their tasks, you can have some people on your side to give you some more can help you with some advice on what moves to make next.
The other one begins thinking, oh, that could be good.
Table is starting to be lifted a little.
I think with that, the two Ollies, they kind of both give you they smile at all of you and go, okay, and they do this little nod and they begin walking down the stairs.
Great. Space Nomad carefully picks up the table and moves it to the side so the others can walk in then.
Right. So. Impulse control at the minimum. Going to switch a pawn with a rook on one of their sides and then walk away once no one's looking.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, too good.
How did my pawn get in the corner? My corner. They don't even move that way.
Oh, Thad's just shaking his head.
So you guys continue on with the layout. Obviously, there's going to be some parts of the layout that are still being worked on. So certain parts are still like a massive work in progress. Or that you just don't know what the context for them are just yet. But it does look like there's a ladder to go up to the next floor.
I guess going for the ladder.
Thad's going to do that very gentlemanly motion with the hand, allowing all the younger folk and assumed younger folk to go first.
Vanir gives a bit of a nod, like a little bow / nod, as a little bit of a thanks before she continues.
There's a moment where Elsie said, Elsie's inner monologue is like, "Can I jump this?" No, I heard try that once today. Maybe later.
There's like the temptation to leap is very, very large in this treehouse.
Yeah.
So you climb up to the next floor. It's pretty barren up here for the most part. Well, of course, aside from all these Ollies working on stuff at the same time. And could everybody do a dexterity saving throw real quick?
Oh, good.
Yay! Something I'm moderately good at.
$11. Oh dear.
Oh, no.
What did you just roll for?
That was my
Dexterity
dex save?
saving throw. Everybody has to do one.
Oh, fuck! I've
Offhand,
been
current.
I'm starting to hit. So Dex. Okay.
You're good. You're good. Oh my god.
I am glad that Thad didn't get the highest. I'm so glad he didn't get the highest.
Yeah, Vanir, you duck out immediately, and you had the thought that maybe something was going to come at you, so you ducked. Although everybody kind of behind you, however, kind of got smacked by a pool ball.
A pool ball? As in, like, billiards?
Like, yeah.
If there is anyone behind Space
God.
Nomad, they might have a big ol' astronaut suit fallen on them.
Anyone behind that spacesuit?
I'll make a flat d20 roll.
Oh my god.
Was I behind the spaceman? No, I was ahead
No,
of the
you were not.
spaceman.
Okay, Spaceman's at the back then, because you just see like this ball kind of go doink doink bonk.
Oh, what the?
Just this image of Vanir looking up and it ducking down.
Thad still got beamed with a 16? Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's not going to be too impressed with that.
Whoever got hit, technically you would just get 1 HP off.
Okay. Oh. I didn't redo Dad's health from the last game he was in. Whoops. Okay, there we go.
He's fine. I hold him. He is going to live. He is an old man.
There is some almost old-timey Growlix coming out of this man's mouth now.
I'm sorry, I'm picturing Wilson from Don't Starve Noises.
Yes. Yes, I like that.
But yeah, now you're on the next floor. Wonder what's going on around here.
Who throws ivory?
Oh, my head. Okay. That wasn't
You good?
cool. Yep. Still attached.
Oh dear,
Thad,
careful there. Space Nomad gives you a pat on the back. Lay on hands, you get 1 HP back.
Oh.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, they're a paladin. Okay. Great. Thad's just sort of going to keep rubbing his head, mostly out of habit. Like, you know, that kind of ghost pain kind of thing. Thank you.
You're welcome! And then they do the same for Elsie.
Thanks.
Oh my goodness, shut up.
So Vanir
That
can
has
go
to
Now,
into
who
the
is
phone.
throwing around dangerous equipment?
Vanir
Oh, I
looks
guess you could
in the
perceive
room.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do this. That was a shit roll. That was a 6.
Oh my
Are we
What are we rolling?
perceptioning now?
Yes.
Alrighty. Oh,
Hey,
Jesus.
Thad can
Yeah,
perceive.
I can see why Thad would see this immediately. With a 23
Ding.
and Elsie with a 19. At least the two of you noticed it. Space Nomad, you were a little too focused on just like looking around and focusing on like, oh, something kind of just like hit me in the chest, but didn't really hurt though. At least as far as you know it. But however, the other two of you, like moments after you got healed up and you're finally kind of like coming back to your senses and getting a good look on the room, you notice that there is a couple Ollies around a table, and one of them kind of pokes his head up and just gives like a really sheepish smile and a wave to be like, sorry.
Come on, I know you're a better pool player than that.
Hello.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. It
Everyone
sounded
went
like,
quiet for a
Okay.
second.
my power goes out sometimes. Well, not power. My internet goes out sometimes, and it will
Yeah.
sound like that. Where it's just like in a moment, nothing.
I was just like waiting to see like, is there? So Ollie waves at you. What happens next?
I'm personally invested in this because I've played pool my entire life, and I love pool.
It's a good game.
You shouldn't be playing pool like that when you could hit someone, my friend. And you certainly shouldn't be playing pool when you are supposed to be working, I believe.
Let's see. Okay, well, half the table kind of gives like a nod, like, okay, right, we should probably get back to work. Let's go. And a couple kind of just linger back a bit, like, oh, but we're that close to
But the
finishing
game.
game.
How close are done are they? In the sense of game wise.
They were that close to hitting that 8-ball into its hole.
Hold on, I gotta roll something real quick. 11, okay. Okay.
Vanir kind of looks at it, seeing how close they are to finishing the game. If you guys can finish this game up pretty quickly, you can. But you guys seriously need to get some work done afterwards, okay?
They kind of like, okay.
There are a lot more Ollies than I was expecting. Like,
Oh, there's definitely a lot of Ollies.
Is there like a window or something like that to the outside in this
Actually,
floor?
Ollies are there.
On this floor, I'm trying to remember my own layout. Don't worry about it. I believe this is the 3rd floor, so that means... Okay, so yeah, this floor, rather than like just a window, there's actually more like an open balcony.
Vanier's gonna take a look down and see how many Ollies are running around on the ground.
It is impressive, honestly. You have never seen so much of the same man before, ever. There's a lot. It almost feels like you're playing Where's Waldo.
Does this answer your question? Vanier points to...
What? Okay, I know I said this jokingly earlier, but did they find a copy machine that you just never turned off?
It's the ring that he's holding.
I know, but this point still stands.
well,
This is a lot.
many men is in fact many men. Oh boy. Oh, you lot, truant Olivers. Have you seen, the first one around?
A good chunk of them, they kind of like pause, they look at each other, and they all shrug.
Okay. Nope. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All
We're
right.
kind of looking for him at the current moment of things, so...
Remind me, what is everyone's passive perception again? Who's got
14.
the highest?
Well,
13.
8.
Bad. It is probably almost ironic that you got like the best hearing out of this group, given you are the resident old man.
Yep.
But you hear something that doesn't sound like construction noise, or Ollie for that matter. You just kind of hear a low growl as you hear these Ollies kind of just returning back to work finally.
I'm just gonna roll a hammer space. Splendid. Thad's now armed.
You're armed?
He's armed.
Well,
Are you
what are you
armed
armed
with
with?
arms?
Are you just holding an arm?
No, he's holding a scimitar.
Oh, okay, it's scimitar.
Vanier takes a look at this like, why did you pull out...
Careful, blades are dangerous.
Yes.
I'm looking at my copy of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm just like, I was gonna watch it after this and see if I could stream it.
Well, I'm glad you understand, friend. Now, please put that away. They are reaching towards the cycle to like gently push it down a bit.
I wouldn't touch my sword if I were you. Come on. I'm going this way. And he's gonna follow the noise.
Okay.
Yeah,
what you
better
can
follow.
Oh.
Vanier's gonna follow.
Okay. So I believe as you guys are beginning to follow along, Thad, you feel like the noise is coming from further up the treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing you kind of feel like doing is taking the stairs to go up to the next floor, which actually kind of goes outside a little bit, but it's
Yep.
still close to the tree, so it's not like you're getting wet from like all that rain or anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely outside. It's a little cooler out because, it is raining pretty good out. And you're walking up here, you get a nice view of it at least, and you make it into this next room. You remember Ollie saying that like this room is meant to be like the bedroom, sort of, or at least a resting space for people that tend to visit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not complete yet, but at least you got the main stairs to go upstairs, and the room's, well, usually, for the most part, empty. There's a couple Ollies still kind of hammering in the last of the wood and all that, but aside from that, it's a little bit more barren up here.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna do a perception check, see if I can see and or hear what it was I heard before.
Vanir's gonna
No.
join in on that.
That is a
She's
nat
gonna do
1.
her. Oh, that's a nat 20!
Quality of dice parser.
Oh.
Nice.
That was a nat 20.
That reminded me, that was a perception, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thad's glasses fogged up from being on the balcony because of all the rain.
Oh, yeah. You're just like, oh, the gosh dang glasses. I as a glasses wearer, yeah, that happens. Probably a lot in this jungle now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're wiping your glasses and all, Vanir, you look ahead, and while the place it does look fairly empty in this room, you do, however, notice something in the middle of the floor. It looks sort of familiar, but not really. You remember seeing some kind of stuff like this in Ollie's house. It looks like a little statue of a dog. You're not sure what kind of dog. It's a dog. Just a little statue, just like a hand-held one that you could put in your hand. Well, Thad's hand, rather. Because you got very big scarf hands.
Yeah. Vanir's gonna tug at Thad and points to the statue. Do you have any idea what that is?
Thad's just going to be cleaning his glasses and then going, and then put them back on. And then just sort of look at it. Well.
I know it's a dog statue, but the question is the
What does
properties
what does it do?
Yeah, do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thad's going to go over and give it a little tap tap with the tip of the blade of his scimitar.
Okay. Let's.
Are you standing directly behind it, not in front of it?
Okay. Safely behind it.
He's been
You
down
took a
that
little
road
tap,
before.
And oh yes, you have learnt your lesson from previous adventures. If there's a statue, surely there's got to be something hooked up to this thing. You know, there's got to be a catch regarding a statue. And so far, it hesitates for a bit. You're like, okay, maybe it didn't do anything. But you see, like a little zap of light kind of just shoot out, and it just goes out of the door window, whichever is incomplete still.
Okay. Hopefully we didn't just turn somebody into a dog. Not out of the question, though.
Oh, I don't want to be another case of what happened at the in the house.
What happened in the house?
A visitor came by while we were dealing with the ghost problem, and they apparently picked up a pen in the house that turned him into a real kind dog.
Uh-huh.
I believe Ollie let her keep the pin.
Uh-huh. That sounds like him. Okay. Thad's I'm gonna roll a hammer space, actually.
Okay.
Cool. He's gonna just reach in and pull out just like a sack that a burlap sack, and just sort of put it over the dog and just leave it there. And then go and look out where that light beam went.
As far as you can tell, the light beam, it just shoots way off into the distance. You can't even tell where it goes at that point. It kind of just goes like past the horizon.
Wait a second. I've seen this. This is a puzzle of some kind. Can we twist the statue?
It doesn't do anything.
Dang it. This is a light puzzle of some kind. I was in a temple not that long ago. I got a business card. Don't ask about it.
You get business cards from temples.
Well, talk about it later.
Some of them have full marketing teams.
Don't think he had a full marketing team.
These are some advanced temples.
Okay, well, I can't see where that went. Which means I don't know what it did. Did this dog statue have gems for eyes or any other defining features that is intimately familiar with?
As far as you could tell, there wasn't anything that really stood out. If anything, it just kind of looked like a stone carving of a dog.
Okay, so which part of it did the light come out of? Like out of its mouth or out of its eyes or...
Definitely from, like, the general face area.
Okay.
But at least now it's in a bag, and you got it on the floor.
Yep. Yep. Alright.
So that's managed.
Is there any Ollies nearby?
Oh, there's a couple Ollies nearby.
Vanir goes over to one of the Ollies, taps them on the shoulder, and it's like, so, bit of a question. She points over to the little sack that has the dog statue. By any chance, you know what the dog statue does?
I'm assuming there's like two Ollies that are standing together when you go to ask. And
Yeah.
they pause for a minute. They think for a bit. The other one begins pulling stuff out from like their hammer space, trying to look into like a book that they have written. Maybe it could be. Both of them are trying to think pretty hard on it.
It shoots light from its face, so.
You see the one Ollie kind of like poke up as if he's about to say something, and kind of like breathes in and holds up a finger, and then just kind of lets it out like, oh, no, shakes his head.
No clue?
Mm-mm.
Then why is it here?
Why is it here then?
All of the mystery artifacts should be in the attic or in the basement. We have a system. Why is this not complying with the system? We've had too many incidents.
They both nod. It should always be in the basement. Absolutely. They are both in agreement to this.
Yeah. And is there by any chance the original Ollie knows about this statue, or is it just you guys just randomly brought in a statue that you guys don't know what it does?
One of them begins rating and says, I haven't seen this before. I can't say for any other Ollie around here, but I'm certain that we usually triple check that all the items that we have that are that we plan to bring into the house are not being brought in yet.
So it walked here.
The claw marks. Oh.
No idea how it got here.
There's some claw marks. Like the first and second stairs.
Oh yeah, you might want to replace some wood flooring. Some pretty large gashes.
The two Ollies kind of perk up at that, like, oh, okay, and they begin immediately going back downstairs to go work on that.
We might have needed their help. I didn't think about that until after I said that.
Happens. Dad's going to he's going to pick up the dog statue in the bag and just sort of tie the top of the bag with the very dramatic kind of noise, and then hold it out towards the other side. Who would like to carry it?
Emotion for the spaceman.
I can hold it. Vanir, like, she has big enough hands. She can.
I think consider probably a wise choice not to give Nomad statue.
Until we know what it does, don't put it in your hammer space. If it is anything
I
like
will-
other things, it will turn everything in your hammer space into a dog.
Not.
Wait, what?
It was just only the one person who was wearing the pin at the library incident. Who was wearing the
I
pin.
have so many questions, but
But
I don't think I
Vanir
should answer.
Vanir takes the bag of the with the dog statue in it, and just hold it in her hand. She's not putting it away in her hammer space. She's just kind of gonna be holding it, like the top of the bag, pretty tightly.
Dog statue obtained. Na 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 na.
But yeah, no, you got this thing. You got it secure in a bag. At least that's safe enough, right? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Should be.
Ideally speaking.
Does she hear anything from the statue?
Not really. This seems like stone.
Shall we continue forward and see if we can find...
The Space Nomad, however, you hear something.
I hear something.
It sounds like something, well, growling.
They hold a hand out. Wait, hold on, friends.
Oh.
Something. There's a beast about. And hear they're growling.
Dad's just gonna do a little flip with his scimitar. Oh.
This man is prepped.
Space Nomad is looking around.
As
Can I
you
roll
look
perception?
around, I'm taking that, like, from where I can picture it, you guys are kind of like, you can sort of see up the stairs a little bit.
Mhm.
Not necessarily to the next floor, per se, but definitely enough to see something go up the stairs. Something that doesn't look like Ollie.
And they are running for it.
They just ran up the stairs?
Okay, well, up we go.
Vanier's following.
Okay. So I take that everybody has ran up the stairs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You make it up the stairs, and first thing you see is, well, you see a couple Ollies kind of like backing off a bit. They look a little spooked and confused. And in the middle of the room, that sure is a canine-looking creature. That's a hellhound.
Oh, look at its little face!
Wow. Okay.
This
it
hellhound
looks
has
very
a
mad.
brown sort of fur, very much gnashing large teeth. And horns.
Yes, well.
Of course, horns. No wonder it's
Gave
called a
the dog
hellhound.
coffee.
Oh, good lord.
I believe it is time to roll initiative.
I'm going.
Oh, lovely.
And if I do recall right, initiative is dexterity modifier?
Yeah, dexterity
Yep.
modifier, and then whatever
Gotcha.
bonuses you have after that.
Lovely.
Vanier's one of the last... Actually, no.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, what's our let's type it up and put it in the
Doggo, Tall, Thad, Vanir, and Spaceman.
so
Space,
hellhound,
Nomad.
Elsie.
Nomad. Sorry.
Yeah, just NB astronaut over here.
So it was hellhound, Elsie, Thad. Oh wait, was it that or was it Vanir?
It's Thad because
Okay,
Vanir
Thad
has
and
an
Vanir.
8.
And then Space Nomad. I believe that is the correct order.
Yeah, that looks me
If
right.
it does not, you may throttle me. But okay, oh boy. Whew. I did not think the Hellhound would actually go first, but here we are.
Here we be.
You love
Oh
to see it.
yeah. This Hellhound it does not look happy at all. It kind of like, you can tell that it's trying to stand its ground, definitely. If I could just grab its stats and remember which action this little guy is gonna do. Well, he's not that little, but you know.
I just keep looking at his little face. It's so good.
I mean, I don't think you want to be chomped by him, but I am afraid that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna roll a d4 to see which of you he decides to bite. Okay, Vanir. Okay, Vanir. So this dog is gonna do a bite. I'm gonna see if it hits or not. So let's see what I get here.
That
Those
does
are
not
both
hit.
It does not
That
hit.
that does not hit.
Okay. You see this thing kind of just lunge towards you immediately and tries to do snap, but you just hear the snap. You don't. No bite happens. You manage to get out of the way, and that it would be the end of Hellhound's turn. Now Elsie is up.
Okay, Elsie immediately just like jumps into attention, and then like looks over to Thad, and then just says, spur of the moment, "Hey, old man, are you good with that sword?"
Yes.
All right. Alrighty then. Slaps her hands together. A ring of cloud just starts forming, and then she smacks your back. Go get him. Casts haste on you.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So there's like a ring of like wind and cloud around you.
Sweet.
And then she will back up.
All right.
Okay, she's a squishy spellcaster.
Valid.
Now I'm not sure if you can do like the haste and attack during this turn or just on your own turn. But
Giving Thad haste would be my main action, so I don't think I have anything on bonus action to do.
Okay.
So just be back up.
So that means Thad would be able to move on his own turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will copy paste what haste gives you.
Yes, please.
Yee.
I was just about to Google it, but okay, cool. Gets an additional action on each of its turns. All right, splendid.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Now, how long does this spell last again? Let's see.
This spell lasts for a full minute, or
Okay.
concentration break.
Oh,
Okay, that sounds about good. Okay.
I'm just looking at what happens to Thad when the spell is over. Let's not have the spellcaster lose their concentration, shall we? Okay.
Just a turn of you collapsing.
Okay. I guess that means it's Thad's turn.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to attempt to hit it with his scimitar then.
Okay. Let's see how you do.
No, I suspect no.
Yeah, no, that doesn't hit.
Luckily, Thad has 2
Playing
attacks.
floor.
So he's going to use a second attack. 18?
Let's see. Yeah, that hits.
Cool. 1d6 plus 2. 6.
Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
And because he's got an extra action from haste, by the looks of that, he can attack again. So I might do that.
Okay.
14?
It does not hit.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, it just kind of clangs again. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I believe that is the end of Thad's turn, and now it's up to Vanir.
Actually, I'm gonna. So, I'm gonna. Vanier's gonna see if she can talk to this thing by casting Speak with Animals.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what you can do.
Do I need to roll anything for it? It doesn't
I'm
look like I
trying
need to
I'm
roll.
trying to remember the spell.
No, Speak with Animals doesn't include a roll. It's just a thing. It
Also,
just
it's
happens.
just a automatic.
Yeah.
Okay. So you try to speak it with animals with this one. For some reason, though, the more you try, it doesn't seem like it's necessarily working. Well, you can sort of hear something out. You can hear something like "stop," "don't go further." Whoever this thing is pretty upset.
What? Hold on. You okay? Okay, let's settle down here a little bit.
You can hear this thing bark pretty loud, and at the same time, with this spell going on, you can only hear the word "stop."
Why though?
You can sort of hear them trying to speak and trying to explain why. If anything, the voice actually does sound a tiny bit familiar, but you're not sure who or what or why or. Any which way, though, it's too garbled up. You can't really tell what to stop from or why. Pretty sure in that sentence you heard something hell. Anyway.
This little lad seems to be on guard about something. Doesn't?
It did try to bite you.
Yes, that's true.
I don't.
To be fair, I've been I'm not surprised, truthfully. I mean, I'm literally a stuffed toy at this point. When Vanir, like, gestured to herself being a scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, it's fine. I'll just make a squeaky toy noise anytime I get bit. It's fine.
I think that's my action, really.
Okay. And then moving on to the space nomad.
Alright, nice. Okay, wait. Let me check something real quick. I need to. Okay, okay. So bonus action casts Thunderous Smite
Oh, yeah.
at.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well at level 2.
Okay.
And they just go in for the attack. Oh, I gotta check the modifier real quick. What was it again?
Oh yeah, let's see how well you roll.
1d20 plus 7.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Oh well. That's their turn then.
Okay, well, we're back with the Hellhound. Oh boy. This Hellhound is really, really not having a good time here. Hmm. Okay, let's see. I think they're gonna try doing another bite. This time, let's see who they decide to go with. Because I am indecisive. Okay! Elsie, you're gonna get bit by a dog if you're not careful.
Oh boy.
So let's see what do I have to roll again? +5.
How far away is Elsie from the others? Because if
I
She
mean, the
is
she's
room
back
is
up.
not
Nomad and
really.
Thad,
I will say the room is not necessarily like too massively big per se. Enough to have a battle in, that's for sure. So there's like there's enough wiggle room for like I would imagine like a class of people, if you will. But also given
so
the Toon logic, I often don't think as much about this about where everybody is in the room.
would it trigger an attack of opportunity though if they go in to attack Elsie since they backed
Oh,
up?
that's a good point actually. That would make sense, yeah. Then yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, because both Thad and the Space Nomad were up close.
23.
Oh my god, that
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Thunder's Smite is still going. I need to check the spell description again. Okay, so the target needs to make a strength saving throw or be
okay.
pushed 10 feet away. And let's see, Thunderous Smite when cast at level 2.
I will
Wait
do
a
the strength
second.
save throw. I
Did I
believe it should be this.
I misread the spell. It doesn't have any effect when I've casted. Could I retcon and say that they cast at level 1?
Okay, yeah, you can do it at level 1.
Alright, great. I'll just do the damage.
And oh yeah, I should roll the thing. Yeah, that's a 6.
So, alright, 1d8 plus 2d6. They are knocked 10 feet away and knocked prone, and uh, because of the because Space Nomad just punches them, and because of their uh, Thunder Gauntlet's ability, the Hellhound now has disadvantage on any attacks that aren't against Sam.
Mm?
Also 16 damage.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, was Thad going to do an attack of opportunity?
Or you mean
Yes.
Elsie, because Elsie's still got a turn to do, right?
No, I'm the one being attacked.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so, because Space
But
Nomad
isn't
and
Elsie
Thad were close.
also after the Hellhound?
Yes, I am after the Hellhound, but I believe right now is the Hellhound's turn.
Yep.
And it's got
Yeah.
was knocked prone by what Space Nomad did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, there we
So
go.
they have to
Oh.
use half their movement to get up from being prone. And I think that's
So
it.
they were knocked 10 feet away in. Wait, does it say what direction they go? Hold on.
I think a straight line away from you.
Or be pushed 10 feet away. Can I specify which direction?
If
It
you
doesn't
want to.
say.
I mean, if
Okay,
like the room is
space.
like pretty barren, so
Yeah, the Hellhound just sort of punched off to the wall, to the side wall.
oh yeah, okay, yeah, he kind of definitely squishes up against that wall for a bit. Yeah, this dog ain't happy.
Thad's not going to take an opportunity attack, so I think it's still the Hellhound's turn.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't have many other actions to do. I guess, like, moving would be a bonus action, would it not? I'm remembering, right?
Moving is its own action. Bonus
Yeah.
actions are a different thing.
Okay. Then yeah, it's the end of his turn.
Alrighty.
And now it's Elsie.
Alrighty then. Well, seeing as it was very interested in my face, there for a quick second. I am Elsie is going to have a moment of yes, that's nice. She's going to cast catapult on one of the billiard balls into the Hellhound.
Are you saying that you took a billiard ball from the bottom, like the floor below?
Oh, it was the floor below.
'Cause you're on an entirely different floor. 2 floors, actually.
I'm gonna make a flat d20 roll to see if Elsie didn't give back the ball that hit her in the face.
Oh my god.
Fine.
Yeah, the dice say no. You did not.
That's fair. What is around this room? Quick look.
Yeah, there's not much in the room. Pretty barren. It's like they've barely started working on actually spiffying the place up a bit, and making it a lot cleaner and nicer.
Okay. Looking at the stuff I can do. Lightning lure is not a good idea. I don't want to drag it towards me.
I mean, you could. It is.
It's very bad for me. Well, that also works. Elsie is going to look around, try to see the furthest away point from the Hellhound, and then take a running start, and then right before they get past the Hellhound, cast Misty Step past them. She just passed right through them over to the other side of the room, trying to disorient the thing.
I mean, the thing is, though, that this dog has been slammed into the wall, and is quite close to the wall, and is still trying to get back on its own 2 feet, or 4 feet, rather.
I mean, well, fair. Elsie does not want to get hit, and she's more or less keeping Thad in peak combat efficiency. So it's more keep the wizard away from damage. Keep the sorcerer away from the damage.
Okay.
And I think other than that, can I make a check to perceive the room? Like, was anything else in this room other than the Hellhound?
As far as you could tell, not much was actually in this room. It almost
Okay.
feels like any Ollie that was in here has been actively avoiding this room.
Okay, my brain has an idea. It has a theory, but there's no proof so far. But I will pass my turn.
Okay. And then moving on. Moving on back over to Thad.
Okay. So, as seems to be the case with Thad, he always forgets in the first round of any combat that he knows spells. Because that's just how it happens. He is going to... I'm assuming that Vanir explained everything that she heard with the Speak with Animals thing to the group.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. In that case, Thad's going to try and cast Animal Friendship to just get it to calm down.
Okay. Now, remind me, is this one like automatic as well, or is it
No. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, excuse me, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a Whis save throw.
If it's intelligence?
Yeah, if its int is 4 or higher.
It is indeed higher.
Okay, great. So he's going to try and cast this, and it doesn't work. He is going to ponder for a second whether or not that is because he is not actually a spellcaster, or whether or not it was because it's too clever. And then he's just going to be like, okay, fine. Do you have any bonus actions, Thad? No, not a one. Interesting. He is then going to hold his other action from haste for if it comes to try and bite him.
Okay. And I believe that's the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And we're now back to Space Nomad.
No, you skipped me.
Oh! It's Vanir.
Yeah, Vanir.
Vanir.
Okay. So I am actually gonna cast another spell. Entangled.
I
Okay.
love Entangle. Such a good spell.
Creature in the area where you're casting the spell must succeed a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw, gotcha. I got a 22.
I think that just beats it! Holy shit!
Wow, that was close.
No, that was not close, because I don't know what it's saving against, really. Because it just says, strength saving throw.
It'll be against your
just as the
spellcaster
human-
modifier.
Yeah,
Like your
okay.
what do you call it? DC will be
The
on
stat
the...
block, or?
No.
Yeah.
So like, if you're using DMV, how it's got the spell and then where that spell came from and the ability, and then it should have a DC. Like that's what the number they have to be.
I'm not seeing a DC.
Then
Well,
wait.
what's your spellcasting ability and what's your modifier for it?
I do not know. I don't know where to look for that.
What's your class?
I am a
You're a monk, aren't you?
Monk and
I'm a-
druid, if I remember right.
monk and druid. Yeah.
Okay, what's your wisdom stat modifier?
Wisdom? It's a 16.
16, okay. 3 plus... What's your proficiency bonus?
+2.
+2, okay. That would be... +5. That should be a DC 13.
DC of 13.
Wow, they blew it out of
Okay,
the
yeah.
park in any case.
Yeah, that 22 goes well above that.
Yeah. So yeah, that just kind of just blew things out of the water there.
I like to think that you tried to use like entangle. I'm assuming it's like kind of trying to get the person covered in vines to like hold them down.
Yep, basically.
You try to do that, but this dog just snaps right out of it.
the vines stay there and make it difficult terrain, if I remember correctly. So it's something we all have to deal with up until it goes away.
Mm?
Yeah, for the duration. And it goes
Okay,
up.
yeah.
It's like
That makes sense.
I mean, you could drop concentration.
yeah, its concentration are up to a minute. So um so
I don't
it
remember
yeah
if concentration takes an action to drop, or if it's like just something you can do at any time.
I'm guessing it's a thing you can do, given like how, say, concentration of a certain spell can last like a minute.
yeah.
So it should be any time.
So Vanny realizing it didn't work, she's kind of go, oh, and looked at the group, kind of just like with that plan falling apart, sort of deal. So she's losing her concentration on that, so that makes it
All right then. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
yeah. So there's no plants in the way, but that's I
Also,
think
yeah,
that's
we
it.
should definitely do a break once we get through Space Nomad's bit.
Yep. Yeah, I'll leave it up to the floor for space, no man.
All right, great. So the plants are gone then?
Hmm?
Has like concentration been dropped on the plants
Yeah.
gone or?
Yeah, the concentration's been dropped.
Yeah.
All right, great. Uh, Space Nomad goes in for another attempt, but I let's see, what are the die for this again? 2. Okay. All right. They go in for another attack. 220.7.
Is there anything I need to roll back?
No.
Oh, that's right. Let's see. Does that hit? Yeah, that hits.
All right, nice. This time they are going to smite it. This time with the actual right spell slot, level 2. So that's
All
a
right.
d8 plus 3d8. I should have just rolled 4d8s. Whoops. It's 17 either way.
Nice.
So is that I'm trying to remember. Is that the damage?
Uh,
Or is that to hit?
yeah, that's the damage.
Okay.
Oh, wait a second. Is this an undead or fiend?
I would probably say it's closer to a fiend.
All right, great. That's another 1d8.
Welcome to being
So
a paladin, ladies and
17
gentlemen.
and
All right, so that would be a 23 damage in total with let's see, minus 21 of that being radiant. Because I
dang.
believe, yeah.
I think with that, because I may as well not linger too long with the fight either, even though it's kind of like a lot more simplistic in the end. Yeah, you took the final hit, and from there you can see something knock out, and this dog is kind of flashed back against the wall again. And
Well, the
we'll get
danger
back to
is
that in a bit.
defeated.
We were gonna take a little break, a 10-15 minute break. And I will
Alright.
cook a dinner. And
Snack
I'll
time.
be back.
Could it be a bit longer? I have to wash the dishes, otherwise I'll be getting in trouble.
Yeah, fair.
All
Well, it's
right.
break time. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Great.
I will be back.
Same.
Hello, I returned.
Hello.
I'm taking some people are still on break, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Just let us know when you're all ready to get back at it. Yes, oh my god, Whis, these two.
I'm trying to figure out how to Thad.
I mean, you're figuring it out. Like, I feel like you're getting there. Every single time you draw them, it gets a little better each time.
I feel like the ones
I mean, I'm
where
still
I've
learning to draw him, and I'm the one who actually
designed him.
him.
I feel like the ones where I've dipped his mustache in a little bit under his nose are the better ones, rather than just straight all the way across.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
It definitely has like a little bit of like a curve.
yeah. But he's got to be the most difficult to draw character out of my entire set. And I have 10 of them.
My fault.
But he's not complicated. He's just difficult.
He's just, well, it's difficult in the terms of like UPA and design. Because like, if you look at a lot of the UPA designs, they're very experimental and they heavily go about like shapes and all that.
Yeah.
And then there's that. It's that, or it's just like your style is much more round.
Oh yeah, I
and mine
definitely
is just
round.
very sharp.
I definitely do round. Round, I definitely do.
I tend to do very sharp like edges and such. So I have a habit.
I mean, just look at any of the Pokemon that I've designed. They're all very round.
All round, and they want to hug them all.
Not all of them. Some of them don't deserve it.
No, I'm still hugging. I'm still hugging. You can't stop me. I cannot be stopped.
Mm.
At least I'm actually kind of glad I did end up doing like a how to draw Thad sheet just so that it's easier.
Oh yeah,
He's very
Even
square.
myself, because oh my god, I realize a lot of my designs end up being very square. I don't know why. Maybe I just really like squares. Because he's got like a very angular look. Very angular.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad we actually finished the battle just in time for the break.
Like there's that
Like
little
that was just the perfect amount.
little part of Thad going, please don't be Ollie. Please don't be Ollie. Please don't be Ollie.
Okay, I'm
that
back.
was my
Never
guess.
even crossed their mind.
That was my guess, but I don't think Elsie would have even thought of that.
Hey, the results may surprise you. I don't know. So if we are all set to get back at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Good to go.
Like roll call, are we all
I think so.
Yeah. Because if we're all set, then we may continue. Well, pretty much just reach towards the very end of it, actually.
Cool.
I'm assuming that is everybody.
Yeah, I think we're all here.
Looks like it.
Yep.
Okay. So, it was Space Nomad who took the final blow on this dog.
What a
This
final
fellow
blow
hound.
it was.
Quite dramatic. Very dramatic, I would argue to say. And, it gets a little dusty even, because it must have been quite the impact to go against the wall in a cartoonish way. I mean, this dog is Toon, and you are not. This dog flops to its side for a bit, and as the dust finally begins to clear up, the shape is beginning to look a little bit more familiar.
Space Nomad is kneeling down to see what's up with the dog, going, and that, my friend, is why you do not promote is why you do not attack people unprovoked.
It's a weird dog.
A weird dog indeed. So I believe it's a hellhound, friend.
Still dog.
Vanier's gonna take a
Doesn't
look at
not
the
make
dog.
it a dog.
Yeah, Thad too. He's going over as like, please don't be Ollie, please don't be Ollie, please don't be Ollie, please don't be Ollie. He's saying this out loud, quietly, but he's saying this out loud as he goes over.
Bad. Oh my god.
Look! This is a legitimate
Yeah.
concern he has.
Yeah, then Vanier's kind of in that same boat of don't be Ollie, but in
They're
her
just
mind.
both thinking it.
Uh,
So as you go forth, you begin to see that this figure kind of sits up, finally kind of rubs their eyes a little bit, looks around, and oh, they look a little out of it, but it's Ollie.
I was afraid of that.
does this Ollie have a ring?
I don't know, does he? I mean, we are near the end.
God damn it!
Oh my god.
Is
Your
that
laugh
cutting
is
out for
cutting
anyone
out.
else?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's a very good, like, weird robot-y laugh.
Incredible. Hey, Elsie.
Yeah, not one. You
would
cannot
be able
tell.
to- Not even that one, an unnatural one.
Yeah, it's a natural one, but still.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yay! Elsie coming in clutch.
She's been the brain cell too many times to not apparently be the one.
Oh my
now.
god.
Different games, but God.
So you guys gotta go to help Ollie up for a bit, and he kind of like begins to dust himself off, and Elsie, as you're kind of watching him do so, as far as you can tell, there isn't been a ring, but this is like the only Ollie up here that actively has been dogged. What's the term? The werewolfed? Hellhounded?
What?
You get the idea.
What happened? What?
Ollie kind of like he pauses for a bit, and he goes to see if he can pull out his notebook from his pocket.
Well, I don't know if this is the original one. He doesn't have the ring.
Friend,
Or
are you
maybe
Pulls
it's
it
injured?
out, and he
That was
writes
quite
down.
the punch.
Writes down that I think I needed that to be punched out of me. Thank you. From my understanding, I found something while I was helping out with all these other Ollie clones, and from there I couldn't focus. I couldn't tell what was going on, and it wasn't just enough. I had to warn people to just back off. Well, at least you kind of broke that curse off of me, so thank you.
Vanir kind of stops and looks at the bag with this dog statue she's been holding the whole time. And looks at Thad.
Yep. Thad just sort of looks back at her and just nods. Yep. Typical. Hey,
Ollie just overall looks a little sheepish.
you're not the original, I take it.
He looks around and no.
Okay. He's gonna clap his hands together and give them a little bit of a rub. Pull in a deep breath. I'm going to try something. This isn't my area of expertise, but I'm going to try.
I mean,
Thad,
from the looks of it, your area of expertise was stabbing.
I wasn't actually trying to kill it, which was turned out to be for the best. Who knows what would happen to Ollie if we lost any of these clones? But anyway, let's not think about that. So Thad has locate object. as a spell.
Okay.
And while he doesn't know, he is not familiar enough with the specific ring to be able to pinpoint that specific object with the spell, there is also a version of using the spell where he can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a particular kind of apparel. Apparel? Apparel.
Apparel?
Clothing. Clothing. English. Why are you like this? Clothes, jewelry, furniture, a tool, or a weapon. So he's gonna do that little prep motion and then look at the others. Are any of you wearing rings of any kind?
Looks like
Vanir
character sheet.
Vanir kind of holds up her hands, showing that she has scarf hands and
Or-
can't really wear any rings.
Or alternatively, have one on a necklace.
I believe I
No.
am wearing a ring.
Okay.
Broken
Oh my
magic
gosh.
orb. You know, this may go to you guys later. I don't know. Bottle of sunlight. Brochure. Box of cookies. Oh, hey, does anyone want cookies? No, I don't have any rings.
Okay. Good. Cool.
I don't have any rings on me.
And Thad's just gonna sort of motion to Space Nomad. So that just leaves you. Are you able to take it off and give it to me for a sec?
I am afraid not, my friend. Terribly sorry.
Alright. Is it a ring, as in jewelry, or a ring of some other kind? I know you used space lot, but can be a little bit... and he does a little hand wobble.
Oh, ring as in jewelry.
Dang it. Alright. What the hell? I'll try it anyway. And he's actually going to hold up a... Wait here! And now he's going to just go back out onto the balcony.
Okay, yeah, you kind of just go back down the stairs a bit,
Yeah,
make it back to the balcony, take a look outside,
yeah. So
and
he's...
you locate object, and you can see something like you can probably see like a magic glow to kind of indicate if you found it or not. I'm assuming.
it doesn't say, so let's go with that. Yeah.
Okay, so we can work with that. But yeah, you see a glow just faintly, like a bit a ways from the treehouse, actually. But it's getting closer and closer and closer. You see it from this point. You can see a vehicle is beginning to drive in to the area.
Thad is now squinting.
Wait a
And the
second.
vehicle stops.
Oh.
It's like looking out the window. Wait, did he go? He just went out for lunch, didn't he?
He wasn't even here!
At least it stopped raining.
No. Absolutely
No.
not.
Elsie, oh, I'm sure it stopped raining, right? Nope. It's okay. Right.
Then you're just like, no, it does not stop raining.
Thad is going to go back up to the top floor where everyone else is and grab... I don't think he was even in the treehouse. But there is a car approaching.
Well,
There's
let's
a
go out
vehicle
and meet
approaching.
then.
You have to be bloody kidding me.
Please,
Go
Nomad
for
is
lunch.
going to the closest exit. If that is a window, then so be it.
Okay, no bad. You just jump out the hecking, like out of like the bushness that is of this highest floor.
I mean, if he goes out the window, I can also do that, but I have a plan, at least.
Okay.
Space Nomad does cast Featherfall on themselves.
Thad has a
Okay.
I don't
grappling
have
hook.
I don't have Featherfall. I just have the Storm Sorcerer thing, which does not say I have to use a leveled spell for it. So I can just like kind of just propel myself to the ground slowly.
Okay then.
Thad's going to just sort of.
Thinking Thad and Vanir, you're wandering back down just like through the stairs.
Yeah,
'cause, like,
we're walking.
I don't
I'm
think you
walking
want to
down.
jump.
Yeah,
No.
like there was this moment where Thad was sort of leaning out the window watching the two of them descend, and you could just see the consideration on his face.
Oh my
And then he's just
God.
like,
He's like, no, that's for another day.
yeah, not today. Not after the day we've had.
I don't want to break my hip on that.
And also it's raining
Not
and the rope
again.
will get wet. He's never broken his hip. Oh dear. But yes, no, he will walk down like a sensible person with Vanir.
Okay, you guys make your way down. In any which shape or form that you do so. And you can... Thad, you recognize this vehicle right off the bat. So do you, Vanir.
It's a big Jeep, ain't it?
Yeah, it's parked right beside the other Jeep. And you see somebody beginning to walk out of it, holding some bags.
Elsie's just gonna say, "Are you Oliver?"
This character, he indeed waves. He kind of waves back, reactive, like,
He has the ring.
yeah. You can see it shine a tiny bit when he waves.
Vanir kind of walks up and just goes, Ollie? Next time you do one of these shenanigans, let us know.
He does like a little sheepish smile and kind of rubs at the back of his head, like, yeah, okay.
You've been gone for 3 weeks from the house. 3 weeks!
He pulls out his little notebook. Well, actually, first he puts his bags down, so then he's not having to juggle that with his notebook. And he
Vanir
writes in the
proceed-
notebook to say, "I am so sorry, Vanir. I knew I should have just put the note down myself, and of course I gave it to like a different clone to deal with.
Ollie!
I guess not all clones work so well with themselves, do they?
Ollie, what the fuck is it with... Okay, what the blast is thing is with this dog statue? Vanir holds up the bag with the dog statue in it.
He just holds his head and kind of looks confused at it.
Hey, can Ollie do a dex save?
Yeah,
Oh,
I do not
shit.
have his stats up right now, but I will just do a straight d20.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 4.
Yeah, a glob of mud has now plopped onto the back of Ollie's head because Thad has thrown it at him. It's not super
He
big,
just looks startled.
but now
just
Thad's just
startled, like-
strolling over and he's got mud on his hands that he's sort of shaking off. And he just sort of points. That's for the runaround.
He just kind of gives a slow nod. Got it. Okay.
We had to face off with one of your clones who turned into a hellhound.
He just kind of looks at you like, what?
Yeah.
And he writes down, he goes to frantically write down in his notebook, and I didn't get to see it. I could have
Suffer.
wanted to see what it did.
Okay, I don't want to answer to the question of what if a clone kills the original. That seems like a bad one to answer.
Now, are you saying that out loud, or?
Yes, because she's been like mumbling these questions a bunch of times.
Ollie, he kind of, he, I think it's within earreach for him to respond back. He writes down, I personally would not want to know. Thankfully, so shockingly, a lot of these clones have been quite handy. They've been very helpful. And, of course, he kind of takes a look at the tree for a moment, and then he goes to pull the ring off. Well, actually, I should probably do a roll to see if he can get it off first.
But yeah, we found a strange dog statue.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Because I was
That
beating my
that
head
was a
against
20.
my mic just
Wasn't
in
that
case.
20?
Okay, good.
He pulls it off right away, and
like-
every single clone that you see just flashes away with like a burst of color, like just yellow. and they're all gone. Any items they were carrying, they are dropped. There is only one, once again.
But yeah, we found this odd dog statue in the treehouse. Its face was glowing and shot out a light, and then the upper floor had one of your clones turn into a hellhound that we had to face off with.
Well, that sounds incredible. I actually wish I could have seen it, but I'm glad that you are okay, though. He begins to think a little bit, tapping his pen against the paper, and then continues to write. Well, I do apologize for having miscommunication on that. I wanted to tell you, but it looks like every time I tried, I guess the clone just didn't want to do the job to do so.
Oh yeah, we found a few slackers. 2 of them were playing chess. A group of them were playing with the pool table.
I guess that is kind of the curse of it all. How does it go? Taps for a minute to think something up. They always say having more hands is better in teamwork, but I guess there's a price to pay. Being your own worst critic, and you can only work so much with yourself, I suppose.
Thad's gonna.
Well, sir, you. Oh, you first.
Oh no, you go first. Thad's done a lot of talking. You go.
Okay. Well, sir, you gave your friends an awful scare. Space Nomad did not know what any of Ollie just wrote down, so they just leaned down to grab him by the back of his shirt and says, "But I believe it's time we get back inside. The rain is not good for you, you know."
Oh no, the rain.
And with you two,
Ollie begins writing down.
That's extra danger.
Also,
Ollie writes down, "I'm not going to melt."
No.
More
I
like
don't know what you are writing, sir.
more.
But if it is,
He just smiles back.
It's more due to the fact that the one with the cloud hair, is more panicking about the rain than anything.
Thad just kind of
also-
shrugs.
Also, Ollie, that little one apparently got sent over by a professor of sorts.
There's another from Thad.
Hey, he has tenure. He's allowed to be called that.
They got a letter for you, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's back inside the house, trying to wring out her hair again.
Yeah, Space
Okay,
Nomad is
then I'm taking
carrying
everybody just back
Ollie
into the
towards the
treehouse.
house.
Yeah, he makes it inside.
We pick up the bags, right? That Ollie was
Oh
bringing
yeah,
in.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
brings those in. He kind of like sets them down on just like an empty table that is on like the bottom floor, and inside was just like a bunch of supplies, maybe some food, but mostly just supplies for the house. Well, I'm actually quite surprised with how much work I managed to get through. I had to do trips back and forth to get any supplies that these guys wanted, just to make sure everything was running smoothly.
You really wanted it up and running that quickly.
Squeezing hair.
He writes down, well, yes. Well, you kind of get a little caught up when you're in your own project with yourself.
Thad's gonna just sort of ball his hand into a fist and very lightly just go boop on top of Ollie's head. Yes, you do.
Well, I guess you don't have to worry about that now, though.
But that, and he points at the bag with the dog statue in it, should go in the basement until we figure out what the trigger is, because it's not like other things that we have encountered before. And he just sort of leans in and gives Ollie a bit of a look.
He kind of taps on his pen, on his notepad, and then writes down, "That is true. So, Thad, I don't have a basement. At least not right now. I will definitely put it up in the attic, though.
I will dig a
I
hole
could
and put it
carry
in
it
there.
if need be.
I don't think taking it down will be necessary.
Right. Okay. Elsie's back after. At one point, it looked like she had an afro. Her hair floofs up very much.
Oh,
I mean, it's a cloud. It's heavier.
Poof.
Yeah. So eventually, she'll just come back to the conversation, just like, right. I was asked to give you this. And it is a letter with a very, I think you would recognize, the two of you would recognize this as a bit of old stationery from back in the day when he was.
Oh yeah, very, very like old school vintage. Like it has like the wax stamp on it.
Yeah.
Very, very elegant.
Well, other than that, this place is really cool. And I want to play some billiards, and she's just gonna wander off upstairs.
Ollie kind of like waves his hand, like, wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
He kind of like writes down, "Thank you for delivering this over." I'll
Uh,
have to read it soon.
not
But
a
also,
problem.
I can try to. Well, I guess you already got to look around, but I would say I could give you all a tour at some point of what this place is for and how it's all done.
I
War
mean,
sounds lovely, my friend. What is this place for, anyways?
Just a little project to find. It's a little thing called EGAD, or I tend to just abbreviate it, but it is Einquell's. Well, I guess not really just Einquell, but just explorers of animated discoveries. Just a little something that I've been working on.
I keep on forgetting that Nomad doesn't understand Ollie.
It's gonna be this pause. Thad'll just turn very slowly. It's an adventure club.
it sounds
Oh,
amazing.
fascinating.
Ollie kind
Adventure
of
you
motions to be like, "That's right."
I mean, if I can get some time away from, he'll be fine. I'm sure my teachers will be fine if I just get away for a couple of days. Maybe go on some more adventures. This was super fun.
He writes down, "Well, that if you enjoy that sort of thing, I'm sure we'll find something a little bit more grander and with the planning properly, so as to not get anybody in danger. From what I am guessing."
I'm sure there's plenty of places on our maps already that we could go to.
Oh,
Just need
there's plenty of maps I haven't even discovered yet. I mean, I got some. I mean, you know that plan. That. I'll probably have to read that letter, huh? Maybe he sent over a new map.
Adventuring sounds dangerous. I think I might just stick around then. Who knows what sort of harm adventurers could come to.
He writes down, "I have been through quite a lot."
Oh,
But
Sir, I'm sorry, but I
you will
can't
be
read what you're saying, what you are writing. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with this planet's vernacular.
he gives a little thumbs up. Like, it's okay.
That, or maybe it might be the food that you jammed onto your faceplate.
Oh, right. I got it was still there.
All throughout
by
the
the
fight.
way, by the way, Ollie, there's a human, like there's a astronaut-shaped hole not too far from here. And Vanir points to where the impact hole from the very beginning of this game is.
Ollie just writes down ... hole. and I think that's the end of the game. Like a toony ending. It just kind of is like the zooms out or zooms in on the face. Boop.
Yeah, that was a good ending. I'm definitely gonna have to write up what that letter says because it's definitely gonna be like, it's gonna be either some kind of FPS or the start of another like game or series of games.
How
And
exciting!
if the recording has not stopped, we should say goodbye first.
Oh yes, do our scheming offline.
Yes. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.